What is up, guys? Megasonic here with another video. Now this time we're doing a trailer breakdown of Devil May Cry 5. Now I wanted to wait for this video until Capcom released most of the information for this game, but they released very little for E3, nothing too big, too crazy, obviously because this is just an announcement trailer. But anyway, remember to like and subscribe and share this video with everyone you know and love. Now let's break down on why Nero is back. The trailer starts off with a demon attack. Now this is very interesting in this regard because we see this black dude, I don't know his name is, I don't think he's in any of the Devil May Cry novels or anything, but he comes in and he explains that we have worked here for a very long time now. I do not know who he is or what he represents, or like is he a friend of Dante's in the past, or is he someone who works with Virgil, or someone who has worked with Nero, who knows, either way. But then we see more of like the demons, and they have this sort of like, it reminds me much of the DMC demon design, which is like this sort of black glue doll like ceramic look that they have, and it looks more insect like, which is interesting. I see the route they're going with, which leads into this new villain who I do not know. He has this weird like spiral sort of body pattern all over his body, and it's just weird. It's just like, it's hard to say. Like at first glance when I saw this at the Microsoft E3 press conference, I did not know this was even a Devil May Cry game until I saw Nero. So in the trailer we see Nero, who has a new design and everything, riding with a character named Nico. Now I would explain Nico a little bit later, but let's talk about Nero's new design. Now Nero's design is very much inspired from DMC Dante. Like just from off the bat, if you see from this picture right here, DMC Dante is like, all they did was took DMC Dante and colored the hair white and gave him a blue jacket and gave him Nero's his blade and his gun. Now what's interesting is the fact that he has changed his style up to more of a bluer jacket, and I guess that's also sort of a aesthetic look to kind of make him closer to that of Virgil. So for those who don't know, who have not familiar with Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry follows Dante, and Nero is like the newest kind of like younger Dante that we have. He is related to Dante in some kind of aspect, but we're actually seeing that like some speculation came out that he is the son of Dante's twin brother, Virgil, which makes him Dante's nephew, which is interesting, and I can see that happening. Now, I feel like this is more of a line confirming it because he looks more like Nero than Dante, because in Devil May Cry 4, he looks much more like Dante. So now we're going to other aspects of the trailer where we see using his combo abilities and using his new Devil Bringer. Now he doesn't have a Devil Bringer anymore. I'll explain that later what happened to that, because that is shown in the trailer. But we see his Devil Bringer, his new Devil Bringer, quote unquote, is Electric Arm. Now this Electric Arm is done by a woman named Nico, who is a brand new character in the series, and she does all of the mechanic work, as you can see, such as she made his mechanical arm to help him with everything. And it seemed it works very similar to Devil Bringer. It looks like it's more for crowd control, because his Devil Bringer was a design choice, a game design choice to like pull enemies in so you can keep the combos going. I feel like this is also going to be dealing with like a large amount of crowd control, because you are fighting one enemy at once. So I think his moves would have more of a larger radius in reach to other nearby enemies, like sort of an AoE effect, as well as the hand pulse that he does with electricity. That's interesting. So in the trailer, we actually see one of the main bosses in the game, which most likely will be the first boss. And it's this weird, gigantic demon-like monster with like a mouth on his stomach, which I feel like is going to be just the first boss that they're going to show off flashy. And I feel like that's the boss they have written down for now. We also see a second boss later on, which is like these weird, like sort of leg monster thingy, I don't know, that shoots beams at Nero. So another thing we see at the final chunk of the trailer is how Nero loses his arm, and a lot of people in the Devil May Cry community have been saying this is Virgil. Now if they want to bring back Virgil, I wouldn't be surprised if they could, if they want to. Virgil's, in my opinion, probably one of the best Devil May Cry characters, because he's hands down, like, he comes in, he demands scene, he's the only one I think who can go toe to toe with the main character of the entire franchise. He can easily beat someone like Nero, even tear his arm off. So in my regards, I do think it could be a new villain, because here's one thing we never explored in Devil May Cry is the demon hierarchy a little bit more, because Mundus has been dead, and this takes place before Devil May Cry 2 or after Devil May Cry 2. there could be a new demon head or someone like that who's trying to take over the human world. Now, I think that would be a good route to go, having a new main villain rather than having to bring Mundus back, which many Devil May Cry fans wanted Capcom to do, to bring back Mundus as like a return revenge mission, which I feel like, no, Mundus didn't really do much in the first game. He was just like an omnipotent presence who then you fought at the end, and in the DMC they try to make him more of a fleshed out character, but he's just a evil corporate bad guy, which really didn't explain how much grander he is. Now, I do believe this is a new character in my regards, because it just makes more sense to have a brand new character rather than just bringing back Virgil. Now, if this is Virgil, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to knock it for it being Virgil. Virgil's really awesome. Cutting off Nero's arm would be interesting, because I don't even think Virgil, if the first time he saw Nero, he probably wouldn't know it's his son. He probably would think it's either someone like Dante's son, because I don't think he even knows about Nero even existing. Who knows? Dante knows. That's why Dante left Nero Yamato at the end of Devil May Cry 4. Spoilers if you didn't play the game. Now, the one thing I want to talk about also is the timeline. So now, the creator of the games, the one who's doing directing, who did Devil May Cry 3 and everything, he's the original director for Devil May Cry 3, and he kind of helped with Devil May Cry 2, and I think he also did Devil May Cry 1. But like now, he's doing Devil May Cry 5, and he explained that this takes place several years after the events of Devil May Cry 4. Now, my speculation is that where does that take place? Like, where in lines of like storyline does that take place? Because 4 happens in between 1 and 2. So Devil May Cry 1 and 2, and then like the timeline goes like this. It goes Devil May Cry 3, 1, 4, and 2. The timeline could be in 2 different ways. It goes Devil May Cry 3, 1, 4, 5, then 2, or 3, 1, 4, 2, then 5. So it's up in the air. I most likely think it's the latter one, with 5 being the latest one, because I feel like we have to push forward in the timeline, and I feel like having this last part, which is Dante coming back on the same way he left in Devil May Cry 2, really says that, because Dante left in Devil May Cry 2 on the motorcycle. In my opinion, I think Dante someone opened the gate to hell, and Dante came out. And I also believe that, if you want to be honest, Virgil came out too, because there is a third playable character in this game, and they're on the actual game cover art, where you see Nero, you see Dante on the left of Nero, but then you also see on the right of this other character who we don't know, and he looks like he has a blue coat, so he could be Virgil. It could not be. It could be someone else, who knows, or brand new character. Like, it could be someone brand new, who knows. But anyway, going in that route, I really think this is going to be one of the best games of 2019 in terms of like action fighting game, because we haven't had a good Devil May Cry game in a while. Like, the reboot wasn't horrible, but it didn't do anything new. It was more of a simpler version of Devil May Cry 3 in my regards. So that's my whole opinion about Devil May Cry 5. I'm actually excited to play this. I've been a fan of Devil May Cry ever since